Thank you very much. Well, I would like to start with testicles. Men who sleep 5 hours a night have significantly smaller testicles than those who sleep 7 hours or more. In addition, men who routinely sleep just 4 to 5 hours a night will have a level of testosterone which is that of someone 10 years their senior. So a lack of sleep will age a man by a decade in terms of that critical aspect of wellness. And we see equivalent impairments in female reproductive health caused by lack of sleep. This best news I have for you today. From the point, it may only get worse. Not only will I tell you about the wonderfully good things that happen when you get sleep, but the alarmingly bad things that happen when you don't get enough, both for your brain and for your body. Let me start with the brain and the functions of learning and memory. Because what we discovered over the past 10 or so years is that you need sleep after learning to essentially hit the save button on those new memories so that you don't forget. But recently we discovered that you also need sleep before learning, and now to actually prepare your brain, almost like rice sponge ready to neatly soak up new information. And without sleep, the memory circuits of the brain essentially become waterlogged, as it were, and you can't absorb new memories. So let me show you the data. Here in this study, we decided to test the hypothesis that polling the online was a good idea. So we took a group of individuals and we assigned them to one of two experimental groups, a sleep group and sleep deprivation group. Now the sleep group, they were to get a full 8 hours of slumber, but the deprivation group will keep them awake in laboratory under full supervision. There's no naps or caffeine, by the way, so it's miserable for everyone involved. And then the next day we'll place those participants inside an MRI scanner, and we're going to have them try and learn a whole list of new facts, and we're taking snapshots of brain activity. And then we'll test them to see how effective that learning has been. And that's what you look at here on the vertical axis. And when you put the two groups head to head, what you find is a quite significant 40% deficit in the ability of brain to make new memories without sleep. I think this should be concerning considering what we know is happening to sleep in our education population right now. In fact, to put that in context, it would be the difference in a child acing an exam versus failing it miserably, 40%. And we're going to discover what goes wrong within your brain to produce these kinds of learning disabilities. And there's a structure that sits on the left and the right side of your brain called hippocampus. And you can think of the hippocampus almost like the informational inbox of your brain. It's very good at receiving new memory files and then holding on to them. And when you look at the structure in those people who had a full night's sleep, we saw lots of healthy learning related activity. Yet in those people who were sleep deprived, we actually couldn't find any significant signal whatsoever. So it's almost as though sleep deprivation had shut down your memory inbox, and any new incoming files, they were just being bounced. You couldn't effectively commit new experiences to memory. So that's the bad that can happen if you were to take sleep away from you. But let me just come back to that control group for a second. Remember those folks that got a full 8 hours of sleep? Well, we can ask a very different question. What is it about the physiological quality of your sleep when you do get it that restores and enhances your memory and learning ability each every day? And by blazing electrodes all over the head, what we discovered is that there are big, powerful brain waves that happen during very deep stages of sleep that are riding on top of them these spectacular bursts of electrical activity that we call sleep spindles. And it's the combined quality of these deep sleep brainwaves that act like a fire transfer mechanism night, shifting memories from a short-term vulnerable reservoir to a more permanent long-term storage site within the brain, and therefore protecting them, making them safe. And it's important that we understand what during sleep actually generates the memory benefits, because there are real medical and societal implications. And let me just tell you one area, but we move this work out into clinically, which is the context of aging and dementia. Because it's of course no secret that as we get older, our learning and memory abilities begin to fade and decline. But what we also discover is that a physiological signature of aging is that your sleep gets worse, especially that deep quality of sleep that I was just discussing. And only last year we finally published evidence that these two things, they will not simply co-occurring, they are significantly integrated. And it suggests that disruption of deep sleep is an underappreciated factor that is contributing to cognitive decline in aging. Most recently discovered in Alzheimer's disease as well.